Vegas, baby fans. I'm back. Can't get rid of me that easy. I did take off a week from the show because it was my birthday last week. It was on Saturday, and I'm 62. I know it. Oh, stop it. I know I don't look it. Stop it. Come on. Okay, you're right. No, I'm just messing with you guys. But I had a fantastic week. Um, if you follow me on Facebook, you saw I had some three best buddies come visit me. They were here for 2 days. They came early on Wednesday and left Friday, and we did nothing but laugh, eat, party, and laugh, and laugh, and laugh, and laugh. Played a bunch of games. We never left the house. We were gonna go do some things, and we were just having so much fun. We had a great time. We really, really did, and I cannot thank my buddies enough, and I cannot thank all the other people who reached out to me to wish me a happy birthday. You know, when you have times like this, I'm not a real big birthday celebrator, so this was really special to me this year. It's been a rough year for everybody, not just me, but it's been rough, and I won't lie. And I think everybody just made sure to reach out this year. And you know what? At times like this, it makes you realize how lucky you really are. You forget that you really do have a lot of people that care about you, and I'm blessed. So now moving forward, when I start to have my downtimes, I'm going to start reaching out to those people that were so kind to me. I just love you. I mean, in a time like this, it's really important to let the people know that you love them and you care about them. So thank you. And I'm not going to get too political. We know what happened last week with all the riots and the looting. I'm all for protesting. I would love to go and join the protesters, but my son pretty much was like, "Yeah, no, that you're not doing that." And I mean, if I had a friend that would go with me, I would do it. But because I am so behind them, um, I have never walked in a black person's shoes. I have friends who are, and we've discussed it at great lengths. So I really feel like I know how they feel because they've told me, and they all have children. So they told me how, and we are a privileged white person. We don't understand. So it's something to think about. Um, so I just hope that something good comes out of this because I like the protesting and I think the looting and that kind of stuff is pretty much stopped. We all know it's that organization that did this. That's the bad part. It's if none of that stuff was there was no destruction, it would have been a perfect week last week. But they are still protesting and good for them because you know what? They have every damn right. That man and just it's a shame. It's 2020 and we're still talking about prejudice. You know what? I still don't get it. I just do not get it. There is bad in everybody. Bad in race, bad color. It doesn't matter what color, there's bad in all of it. And there's good in all of it. And there's more good than bad. And I just don't understand why people have an issue with people's color. I just don't. I'm very fortunate that I don't feel that way. And I didn't raise my son to be that way. And I've got some really good friends that are of different color, and I don't look at them that way. I just don't. They're my friends. I love them. They're people. I just wish everybody felt like that. It breaks my heart when I see this stuff going on. But so let's all just be positive and you know prejudice. There's just no room for prejudice. There's just not. So I don't know. I know I can't change no minds. So, anyways, God bless George Floyd's family and all the protesters. Rock on. And today is going to be just back into the show. It's going to be, the show today is going to be just a segment. Remember, I told you in the beginning of this series, way back when, there were shows that were just, I was going to have segments. And one of them is I'm Just Saying. So, I'm just saying, we're going to talk about baseball today. I'm really pissed. You know what? Baseball, for a long time, it used to be like baseball, football, basketball, hockey, you know, kind of like that. And then, they would move around. Now, baseball in the last 5 years has started to take a dive. Um, and it is now football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. But you know what? After this year, baseball is going to be on the bottom because let's face it, when this started, those baseball owners could have gotten their crap together and they could have put teams on the field without fans. And then they could have charged, they could have put it on TV and charged you to see it. Even people that don't watch baseball regularly would have bought it just to watch something else. Because quite honestly, Netflix, Amazon, it's all getting boring. It's all starting to be the same. I was telling some friends I was watching a show that I really, really like, and I was watching it, and I got up and I started doing things, and I'm like, oh my god, my TV show's on. The show I was watching on Amazon, and I realized I am just so sick of TV. But if I could get some baseball, oh, it would be so nice. And it's all about money, 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 and money. And the players are blaming the owners, and the owners are blaming the players. I blame them all. Because shame on you. You could help save America through, I mean, maybe save is a bit, strong, but certainly would, first of all, bring up your popularity if we had baseball on TV every single day since this has been going on. Sure, you could by May had teams on the field, and you know it, and they should be playing now. And shame on you because it's all about the money. You know what? You're saying F you to the fans. You are. And you know what? At the end of the day, if it wasn't for the fans, all these hundreds of years, 100 years watching you, you wouldn't be making all those big bucks, pals, and the owners wouldn't be making all that money. So you know what? If you don't get on the field soon, I am not going to another baseball game for a long time. I'm not. And what really bugs me is my team was going to be good this year, the White Sox. And I know heard it's just a handful of teams that are holding out, and thankfully the Sox is not one of them. They want to play, and you know what? It's just so sad. It's all about money, and it sucks because you know what? If people were watching baseball, you might get more fans. You freaking idiots! Really makes me mad. So, I don't understand it. I really don't. Everything's money. I guess because I ain't got no money, I don't understand it. I guess when you're living paycheck to paycheck, you just don't look. It just pisses me off. It's bad enough going to a baseball game and spending, a gazillion dollars for one game, but now, what? Screw you. I hope people don't fill the stands when they come back now. I hope they say, you know what? You didn't save us. But I guarantee football has got every contingency plan ready for the fall, the NFL, that is. And if they'll play with or without fans, but they will play because they know and they want to play and they know we need it. So, baseball, you're sinking your own ship. You're just too stupid to realize it. Isn't it a shame? But I'm just saying. Or I'm just saying. And I did want to talk about, before I get to my song, this bat. I've got a baseball bat here. And I don't know if you can see it. It's Wrigley Field. Yeah, I'm terrible at this. Okay, here we go. And it was made. We were at a Bears convention, and I'll pick this up again. We were at I went to 3 Bears conventions. The first time was with my Tom and Kathy, me and Bill. The second time was with Tom, Kathy, me and Bill, Darren, and Michael, and our kids. And then the third times I went with my sister and 2 of her girlfriends. And the first reason I really wanted to go to a Bears convention, I won't lie, it wasn't the Bears convention. The convention was at the Chicago Hilton, and that's just a beautiful hotel and very expensive. So, because they were having the convention, their room rates were cut in half if you were going to the convention. So I'm like, I said, let's go. I would love to see the inside of this place. So the four of us went, and the first year we went, it was also the St. Patrick's Day parade because now Chicago only celebrates it on a Saturday, and the parade ended at the Chicago Hilton. So you can imagine. So there's a Bears convention going on in a hotel, and then there's a lot of drunk um, Irish people running around, and then they had in one ballroom a St. Patrick's Day party going on while all the Bears were there and everything. So it was a lot of fun. We met some cool bears. We went to the convention. We did a lot of green beer drinking, and we just had a great, great, great time. Second time we took the kids, and Michael was little, and he was already playing football, so he was in grade school, and we were moving around, just looking at things, the vendors and stuff, and I was pushing Bill around, and then Connie Payton was there, Walter's wife. So Michael went up. He was so cute, and he went up to her, and because I said that's Connie Payton, Walter Payton's wife. He went up and shook her hand and said, you know, your husband was an awesome football player. I didn't get to see him live, but my mom and dad showed me a lot of clips of him, and I really wish I could see him. And he seemed like a really great guy. And Connie and him talked. And it was so sweet. Well, Bill and I were just looking around, and we came across the guy who was selling these baseball bats. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. We got to do it right, okay? And he made them. And I'm thinking, well, that's kind of weird. This is a Bears convention. It's all football stuff, but whatever. So it's up at Wrigley Field, and it's got the picture of Wrigley Field. Now, this is before they redid it, you know. So this is the old one. And if you can see it right here, it's the second one made of 5,000. The guy, we were talking with the guy who was selling them, and he was explaining making them, and he makes them and this and that. And Bill was in the wheelchair and stuff, and I said, and Bill was like, wow, that's so cool. And I go, if you want it, you can have it. And I said, let's get it. And the guy was like, hang on. And there was a bunch of bats out there, but this one was not one of them. He had a lot of other ones, and he comes back and he goes, here, I'm going to give you number two. I can't give you number one because that's mine. He goes, but I'm going to give you number two out of the 5,000, which was pretty cool. So it's a pretty cool bat. We used to display it behind our bar in a box. My brother-in-law made this real cool case for it, and so that's kind of neat, right? We went to the Bears convention, and Bill comes home with a baseball bat of Wrigley Field. So, and also, and I think I mentioned this before, but also at that convention, we were headed to the elevators to go up to our room for something, and Michael and me were there, and Bill, and the elevators open, and Big Cat walks out, and Big Cat was a big cat, I'm telling you. And we're like, big cat. And he's like, hi. And Michael's like, oh my God. And he looks down and he goes, hey, little man, what's up? And Michael goes, I play football too. And he goes, what? So he picks Michael up with one hand, puts him way over his head, and just starts twirling Michael around. He's like, you play football, little man? Wow. And he's twirling Michael around in the air. It was hilarious. And then he puts him down and he's like, right on. And he shook all our hands and he left. So later in the night, the Bears were all sitting around and they were eating. And they had them roped off, right? So the fans wouldn't bother them. And they were in this room. So fans were in there and they could sit and get drinks while the Bears were, eating and doing whatever. And they were roped off. And Michael and Darren were over there. And Big Cat was sitting in one of the chairs. And he saw Mike again. And he's like, come on, little man. He's like, come on. So Michael and Darren crawled under the you know, whatever, the string that kept the fans away. And one security guard comes over and goes, oh, you can't do that. And Big Cat goes, he's my friend. He's a little man and he plays football. And Darren and Michael had smiles that you can't even, you can't make that shit up. It was great. They were thrilled. So they got to talk to some bears while they were eating. And so that was fun. So that was the cool thing that we got this really cool bat. So that's it. I'm trying to think what else. It's gorgeous here. And I will be having some of my friends when they came, my three girlfriends, Sue, Peggy, and Jenny. Two live in LA and one lives in Arizona, so they came. And it's only 4 hours for both of them. And we just had a great time. And they brought me some stuff. And they actually brought me some stuff, props for my show. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing some of that. Yeah, it's going to be fun. They'll be coming along the way, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to surprise you. But one in particular is going to become a staple in the show. I'm just not doing it today. I'm working into it. So I just wanted to work myself way back and say, hey, what's up, baby? And Vegas is open again, baby. Yeah, so we opened last week, and all the, well, not all the casinos, majority of the casinos are open on the strip, but not all of them. And a lot of local casinos are open. My hotel casino is open. So this week I'm going to put my mask on, and I'm just going to walk through there and see what it's like. You know what I mean? The only bad thing, as I said, is with everything pretty much. So there's only 4 things that are not open. I've been telling people in Vegas. Otherwise, everything else is open. There's no live sporting events. There's no nightclubs or concerts, which is bad for Fremont Street because there's always free concerts going on down there. There's no massage parlors, and there's no brothels open. And my son was pretty bummed about the brothel. But everything else is open. I mean, everything is, of course, capacity, like 50% capacity of what you normally could have. So, but I hear the casinos made a really good, had a really good weekend, and I'm happy. And I'm not happy because they're making money. I'm happy because people are back to work. And it feels like it's giving us some kind of a normalcy again. Although, and this was a problem with me, is it gives you false sense of security as well. So you still got to wear your mask because it's not done yet. And with all the, unfortunately, the bad thing about the protests is, which a lot of people were wearing masks, there's going to be a spike in this thing. There's going to be a spike anyways because the thing's opened up, but now there's going to be more of a spike. So you got to kind of be careful. I did go out to dinner Saturday night with my son. We went to an Irish pub. Him and my daughter-in-law to be took me to an Irish pub because we didn't get to go to Ireland. And it's a pub we've been to before. And it was really nice being out, but it was nice. There wasn't many people in there at all. So I felt comfortable going out because they just started opening. So the place is really clean and they're really doing what they're supposed to right now. So was a good time to go out. And paperless menus, what they do is they give you this little piece of paper and then you put your phone over it and it sends their menu to your phone. You just wave it over and boom, you've got their menu. What a great idea. I mean, everyone could do that. So that's a good thing. And it was just nice being out. It was like normal. So that was really awesome. So I really, really had a good time there. So yeah, life is, we'll see what happens. So, I mean, there's a lot that could happen here. So let's just pray and cross our fingers that this COVID bullshit goes away. And we make some changes in our society. I hope at the bottom of my heart we do. I really do. So, oh man, I'm sorry. You know what? I should turn my phone off when I'm on the phone. What the heck, I'm doing my Vegas baby show. How rude. Okay, so last but not least, and of course, this was going to be my microphone today, right? Or it could be my guitar. You didn't know I could play a guitar, did you? On a bat. See, the talents I have, and you just don't know it. They're so hidden. I have so many. Okay, so you probably already know what song I'm singing. So let's go. A one, a two, a three. Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait. They don't want to play. I want some baseball on TV, but they don't want to because they won't get their high paychecks. So it's no more peanuts and cracker jacks because we the fans have no say. So it's one, two, three, and you suck because it's all about the money and not us fans. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And everyone's agreeing with me. You do suck, baseball players. That song was okay. But it made you laugh, so that's cool. And again, be kind, especially now. Be kind, love one another, help people out. Sometimes people do need this. There's no doubt about it. I've noticed that lately. People are getting, and you know what? You know what? Sometimes a sausage finger makes you feel better too. Just saying. That's part of I'm just saying. But I love you all, and look forward to more shows in the future. Um, we'll see. I just can't give anything away. But I love the loyalty. I have a lot of people saying, I binge your shows, I watch them, and hey, please, you know what? Watch them when you can, and if they make you laugh, yes, I've done it. So tune in for the next Vegas baby show and starring me, Lynn. Keep on rocking and rolling, babies, and stay healthy.